Whoa. Supposed to go, man. You're 10 minutes late.
Don't know if you want to hold. I don't know how to fix it.
Oh, it's split down the middle.
Thanks for your patience, everyone. We're just trying to make sure that the camera view for people on YouTube can see the screen as opposed to just the audience. It's just a technical thing.
It's fine.
We're ready to proceed. Jay?
If you want me to. I've never been accused of being quiet, so.
It's for the YouTube.
I'm for the
Yeah, for the YouTube.
Where people start to influence your career here in Lower Saucon. All right, you ready to do it? Very good. All right, you mind raising your right hand for me? All right, and you're just going to repeat after me, okay? Very good. I state your name.
I, Hunter Grass,
Do so solemnly swear
do so solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
And I will discharge the duties of my office
And I will discharge the duties of my office
as a Lower Saucon Township Supervisor
as a Lower Saucon Township Supervisor
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations, Councilman.
Pictures.
And now you can do it from memory, I'm not going to say it. Okay. All right. Please raise your right hand for me, please. I, please state your name.
I, Chad Heimbecker,
Do so solemnly swear.
do so solemnly affirm
Very good. And to support, obey, and defend
to support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
And I will discharge the duties of my office
And I will discharge the duties of my office
as a Lower Saucon Township Supervisor
as a Lower Saucon Township Supervisor
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations, Councilman.
Do you guys want to close with your families at all?
We won't have too long.
You want to get some of those?
Sure.
Whatever you want.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Stand next to Joe.
I gotta stand next to you.
That's no problem, whatever, better here than in the courthouse.
When you stand next to her.
Camera, I'm looking at.
You good?
Did you guys want a picture?
All of them get their turn.
You got it?
Thank you again.
We're gonna get one with all of us, and we'll stand.
Right here?
Yeah,
Okay.
that way we can all switch
Can you tell me where you are?
Yeah, you can, but whatever you do.
No, we don't.
Right there.
Because you guys don't want to.
All right, squeeze in and out. You got it. We're all friends here. Ready?
My head. Now my head is going to reflect on the projector.
ADSC.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
And then, we have some stability back into our council meetings. Can we give them a standing ovation?
Hunter, can you help him with what else?
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the reorganizational meeting of the Council of Lower Saucon Township for 2026. As a reminder, this meeting is being broadcast via YouTube and is preserved for future viewing. It is not the official record of the township. Stacy, roll call, please.
Ms. Ray?
Here.
Mr. Grass?
Here.
Mr. Heimecker?
Here.
Ms. Altough Cordero?
Here.
Ms. De Leon?
Here.
Also present is Acting Township Manager Jay Finnegan, our Solicitor Mr. Gadzoozian, myself Stacy Werkheiser, and our Zoning Officer Tyler Mitch, and also present is Andrew Young, our Junior Council Member.
Thank you. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation to offer public comment. As a reminder, this public comment is for agenda items only. There will be additional public comment period at the end of the meeting for both agenda and non-agenda items. Please come to the podium, sign in, identify yourself and your address, and address your comments to council. Your comments are limited to 3 minutes. Anyone wish to offer public comment?
Really? Come on, iPad, whatever you are. Which isn't on here. I guess I should have brought the paper. Here. Mr. Rosenberg. I'm here. I don't remember what agenda item it was, but it was in reference to comments and the ability to talk about people or not talk about people, from what I read in the notes. And first thing I want to tell you is I think that's a violation of First Amendment right for freedom of speech. I don't know how many other people read the stuff, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to go through any of it, but that's what part of my concern was. Kind of figured it was aimed at me. But I don't know what else I got. You see the top is still back. Bunch of troublemakers now. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everybody has a nice, safe, and whatever you want to call it here. Set of trouble.
Anyone else?
I had one here, and it went away.
Hi, I'm Russ Sutton. I live in Saucon Township in Steel City, and I want to commend the councilwomen who have stayed on board for 8 years, and I wanted to really appreciate the 2 new council male members that have just been elected. And basically, this is the start of a very good year. We won a big environmental case, and we want to save our township, and I think with your leadership, we can save this township and make it a better place to live. And all I can say is truth, hope, and decency. That's what we need. And with you guys up here, we have it. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I'm actually going to sign in because it's requested here. Okay, that done and said, yes, congratulations to those that won. I'm not a political animal by nature, although I do support the process of voting and voting legally. And so what I look at here on the agenda, one thing I would like to comment about the agenda is the agenda itself. Although it's very nice, it's very long, lots of attachments, and it takes a lot of time to read, more so than I think that we were given in 2 days here. So I would ask that maybe that comes out a little bit before, meaning like 4 or 5 days. Maybe the agenda size ought to be commensurate with the amount of time that we're allowed to talk, and maybe even perhaps the day with which it's released. So if it's super long, comes out on Wednesday instead of a Friday over the weekend when we have other commitments. So that's it. I think basically everything's contained in the second part of this agenda program. By the way, it's all on the same page. So one might say, hey, it's on an agenda item, and I really want to comment on that last item, which is not the case. Is that correct?
There will be additional after the reorganization meeting, there'll be a regular meeting, and there'll be time for public comment.
Excellent. So that's at that time, we can talk about what's on the second part of the agenda, or can we talk about that now?
You can wait until the second part if you
Good.
choose.
Okay, so I asked for clarity in that, and I think when you read these things, the way I do from top to bottom, there's no doubt about it. It needs somebody's eyeballs on it that is just sort of, no, let's have the council do that. Have somebody else that looks at it maybe with a different eye and a different view of things. So that's what I would ask. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jason Bedonis. I'm a resident taxpayer of Lower Saucon Township. Congratulations to our newly elected council members. I did not see on the reorganization agenda any discussion of domestic violence. The Pennsylvania PCADV identifies 1 in 3 women as being victims of domestic violence and 1 in 4 men as being victims. $156 billion of economic burden in Pennsylvania alone. In Pennsylvania, there are 3,102 violations. 119 victims died. 54% of them were killed by the current or former intimate partner. 92 were shot, 16 were stabbed, 4 were beaten, 2 were strangled, and 5 were killed by other means. In Lower Saucon Township alone, in the past year, at least through November, there are at least 20 cases of domestic violence and/or assault, as reported by the Lower Saucon Township Police Department. So my question to this council is, why is it that this council is not mindful of these issues? Why is it that you do not police your own on these issues? Why do you not publicly censure those who are engaged in those types of activities? I would ask that this township council take it upon themselves to declare November 30th, again, November 30th, as Lower Saucon Township Domestic Violence Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? Thank you. At this time, I will entertain nominations for council president for the 26th.
Okay, I'd like to nominate Victoria Cordero. I'll second that.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, roll call, Stacy.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Grass?
Yes.
Ms. Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heimecker?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Congratulations. At this time, I will entertain nominations for council vice president.
I nominate Priscilla De Leon.
I'll second that.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, roll call.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Grass?
Yes.
Ms. Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heimecker?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Congratulations. At this point, I will turn the meeting over to council president.
Thank you so much, Jay. I just want to say thank you to all of my fellow council people for your support and your trust in me to lead us in the next coming year. I want to thank Laura and Priscilla for your leadership and guidance over the last couple of years, and to the community, I hope to bring forward an atmosphere of trust and civility, and I appreciate everybody's support. So thank you so much. Thank you to the community and thank you to council. Priscilla, do you want to say anything?
I just want to say that it's an honor to be here, and I'm looking forward to working with the new council members, and it's going to be a good year for 2026. So welcome. Thank you.
At this point, do we have any preliminary motions?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to move agenda items 01-2026 through 28-2026, and that a yes vote be recorded for each council member on all agenda items, except where to do so would constitute a conflict of interest. That's my motion.
I second the motion.
Is that Laura?
Yes.
And so for the public's benefit, you have a whole list of resolutions there. And it is customary during reorganization meetings to move the agenda as opposed to making and seconding each specific resolution. Reorganization meetings are required by the second-class township code and are procedural in nature, so that's why we are hopefully going to move all of those things. Are there any members of council who want to discuss or vote on any item individually?
Not on my end.
No.
Without any request to remove any item, can I have a roll call?
Ms. Alcott Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heibecker?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Kress?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. So at this point in time, I will entertain public comment again before we adjourn. So are there anybody from the audience who would like to have a public comment? There will be a 10-minute recess after we adjourn this reorganization meeting, and then we will move right into our general business meeting. So all of the items you see under the general business meeting, you will have heard. We're just going to have a short break that way. If there are any guests who want to leave that were here for the swearing in, they can do so. But at this point in time, we're going to have one more public comment period before we entertain a motion to adjourn.
Good evening again, members of council. My name is Jason Benonis, I'm a resident taxpayer. I would like the council to address the litigation that was recently filed against Lower Saucon Township by Steel Land Development. The township council, and the three ladies on council, Priscilla De Leon, Laura Ray, and Victoria Opdock, individually were named as defendants in this case. This is a 1983 federal case, violation of federal law, violation of constitutional rights, seeking $2 million, in excess of $2 million of damages. This is more litigation that's been brought upon the township by these three ladies, and the complaint is available in the federal docket for anybody who may be interested. I am named as a defendant in that case as a member of council. The three ladies are named as individuals, the township council is named, and the township itself is named. I previously requested that the township provide me with separate legal counsel. I understand that this has been submitted to the township's insurance carrier, and I requested separate legal counsel be assigned to me because my position is not aligned with the three ladies who brought this litigation upon the township, and I believe that their position is completely indefensible in this case. That request was made and submitted 10 days ago. I have not received a response from the township's insurance carrier. I have not received contact from any attorney representing me or representing the township council in any capacity. I would like to know the status of that because the township or its carrier at its sole cost and expense should be providing a defense to me. The other topic that I'd like to talk about is the agenda item, which is addressing the need for non-disclosure agreements that you're requiring township staff to sign. I believe that that's improper for the township council to require that NDA for township employees. In effect, what you're trying to do is silence them from whistleblowing and disclosing the improprieties that are taking place within the township. And I believe it's improper for you to try to force that upon the township council, the township employees, particularly those that may be members of unions. I also believe that it's improper for you to try to force them to sign agreements that would be entered into without providing with any consideration for those terms. Those employees are protected by the Pennsylvania Whistleblowers Act. I hope that the employees understand that they're protected by the Pennsylvania Whistleblowers Act, and I hope that they continue to come forward with information that will disclose the improprieties that are taking place within this council. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else would like to speak?
Dave Luann signed it already. The bottom line is, I think it's unfortunate that you just skip over all those items and vote yes on all of them without having the public at least have some idea about what you're doing. So I don't approve of that at all. I think that's really unfortunate. I mean, you've already cut our talk time down from, 3 minutes on every single topic to 3 minutes at the beginning and 3 at the end. And that was something that you had promised as previous council running people that you would do, and yet you just blew that away. Now you're blowing this whole section away. We're going to go to the next organization after the adjournment of the organizational meeting. I have to agree with the previous speaker. The bottom line is this confidential agreement is 2026. I think, isn't that not, Jay, on the second part of this? 2026, 2026-2? I didn't know we could speak on it. Hold that clock until I get a response or not response? No. Okay, see, that's how you get silenced. All right, so I'm gonna, obviously just go ahead and speak on it, whether it applies or not. And I see a lot of blank faces up there who don't cares. I think it's absolutely atrocious that you haven't put this out before and gotten some kind of legal opinion on it from others. Although it does appear to include board members, okay? So if they leak things, they're hopefully gonna get it too. Here's my problem. The bottom line is, who's gonna represent a whistleblower? Is it going to be Mr. Gaduzian, who represents the town, or one of the town employee attorneys? Or will the town pay for the attorney for somebody that's been charged with whistleblowing? You can see that's an obvious conflict, and it's not been addressed. That is the problem I have with most of these things that you're seeing. It's done one-sided, there's nobody to challenge it, so it just goes through blatantly, and we have more and more lawsuits which pay more and more legal fees because people are too darn lazy to read it. That's just one of many. I guess I'll have to wait till the next, till we end this meeting and start the next one, because there's a lot more, but you're only going to get a few. I asked this council to sit down and read these things. Obviously, you're lazy. Yeah.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else?
Good evening and Happy New Year all. I'm Natalie Spencer-Lucas, Saucon Township Council resident and taxpayer. And seeing that the council is operating exactly the way councils before it have been, moving forward things on the agenda, I really have no issue with any of this. I want to also extend my congratulations to the 2 new councilmen and to the voters and everyone who's been active, who's here tonight, who volunteered to film these meetings, and want to go on the record as saying I'm so grateful that those who would seek to victimize the people of this council, play games, have bread and circuses in the absence of good government, are now not the ones sitting up here calling the shots. That's you. I am just over the moon that we're going back to civility, democracy, and collaboration. And we're going to be holding you all accountable the way we always do. Everyone here is already an important part of the democratic process. Keep doing what you're doing, and you keep doing what we elected you for by overwhelming majority, and I think we'll be just fine. Looking forward to a great 4 years plus. Thank you.
I see none. I'll take a roll call for adjournment. And remember, we'll be back in 10 minutes to conduct our regular business meeting. And roll call, Stacy.
Mr. Heinebecker?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon? Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Grass?
Yes.
Ms. Alcott Cordero?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, we're recessed. Please join us in 10 minutes for the regular business meeting.
I'll make sure I am.
Yes.
So last August, I had my knee replaced. Yeah, it went fine. Now, unfortunately, cannabis was at the other knee replacement. But when I was recovered from the knee replacement, it was too difficult to be out here. And then I was watching all this happen. It occurred to me that there was no point in watching because all there was to report these kids that they acted like so I stopped writing. Yeah, and I thought, well, I don't know if there's an audience out there still, but and I also believe everybody printed it out and took it with them to show to people and to have them read it and questions. That made me feel really good, and it was worth the time. But what I I think they're going to try to make it. Exactly. And there is no way within our township to get reporting about what they're working on. And there's some very important stuff that's going to be coming up that the township's going to need to think about. And so I thought promised you, I said, now that it's not a waste of 6 hours every time you see me. I'm sorry, I can't hear
Like one day to select. Yeah, it was here, we saw like for Santa's, trying to get a picture of my house. Can't say right, no, color chart, like there's so I always try to get all these info so that we can just get like maybe that's completely different. So that was really a thing.
Yeah, I haven't completely excited just watch that.
Yeah, so my sister.
This is not the way to run.
Nephew, yes, he was born in Rosebud. That was great because he came out, his date was December 6th, but he came like a month early. So my sister had to take
Never even seen the baby.
and then he came early, but he wasn't. Like he had no, he just and so they had like they could just
What the possibilities.
so yeah, she's recovering like this absolutely the
The other officers just stood up there and said, we can't
a new thing. Like for my nephew is gonna go see that. So she had kind of like redo, like, but she's older, so like she really wasn't anticipating. What's your name? Yeah, I mean it's different.
all the township services.
Ashton. So yeah, he's really, I don't know, I haven't, so because he's really down. So they have to
Now's your time to get out.
the doctors tell you not to go.
The other thing that we're doing is right that guy's
So that's what they told her with her son Ashton. So she's kind of like been, so I haven't really had a chance to do that much with Ashton, although we saw him during the holidays. I don't know why.
at one point. How much state
It's still
The bonus program.
okay.
He lost.
Yeah.
So he's all the school. Here comes Lynn, here comes Samantha.
10 minutes are up. 10 minutes are up.
I think whatever it is here, let's just cross. And they saw what Lynn tried to do to their library by trying to get them to But anyway, that's what they're doing. Right. Him talking. They have to close by 2028, if they don't get right. But it's still a friendly one. They can try to come back differently. It doesn't use the conservation preserve, but it's not enough space.
Just sitting for lunch, I'm pushing it down on this trees.
Somehow it seems to get from Washington to I have to say, I have very good respect for government right now. They have not, they just kind of.
The time is now 7:06, and I am calling the Lower Saucon Township General Council meeting in order. Can we have informational items from our manager?
Sure. Again, as a reminder, this meeting is being broadcast via YouTube and is preserved for future viewing. It is not the official record of the township.
Stacy, can we have a roll call?
Ms. Ray? Mr. Gress?
Here.
Mr. Heinebecker?
Here.
Ms. Altough Cordero?
Here.
Ms. De Leon?
Here.
Also present is our acting township manager, Mr. Finnegan, our township solicitor, Mr. Gazouzian, our zoning officer, Mr. Mitch, and myself, Stacy Werkheiser, and our junior council member, Annie Rio.
Thank you. Can everyone rise, please, for the pledge?
How you pulling the trigger? Do you have the code on Canon?
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What's up there? What are you talking about? You have to pull me.
First, we did not have an executive session, so there is no announcement
Pull my
that
magic
will
show
not
pro,
matter. We have a junior council person's report. Okay, thank you. We do.
Hello everyone, Happy New Year's. With winter break ending, there's not a ton of events going on right now, but our Scholastic scrimmage team defeated Northwestern in the semifinals, and they'll be moving to the finals against Moravian Academy this Thursday. And for sports, Carter Chunko recently placed first in the Bethlehem Holiday Wrestling Classic, and Max Santoro placed third. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The next is just our announcement of our public comment procedure. It's the same as it's always been, but you have 3 minutes at the beginning before we get into agenda items to speak about agenda items. And then at the end, you can speak about agenda or non-agenda items at the very end of the meeting. So nothing in that respect has changed. We have done a slight change with the resolutions that we passed during reorganization. So I just ask everybody to check out Resolution 10-2026. That shows you the order in which our council agendas will take place. There's just some slight reorganization of where things fall, but nothing has been omitted. So before we do actual public comment, we are going to be having presentations and recognitions. So the first item for recognition is that we have a student that has expressed interest in participating in the Environmental Advisory Council as another junior council person. So I would ask that Mr. Heinebecker, can you read information about the student?
Sure. I'm on the EAC. I've been for the past couple of years. And my daughter in the audience, as a member of the Environmental Club, helped me find this member, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Wallace G. Manad, if you're on the audience, I don't believe that he is here. Wallace is a senior at Saucon Valley High School and has expressed interest in serving on the Township's Environmental Advisory Council. As an active member of his school's environmental club, Wallace learned the opportunity through his club advisor and felt it was a good way to contribute to his community, something he has always wanted to do. Beyond the environmental club at Saucon Valley High School, Wallace is involved in many activities both inside and outside of school. He participates in the debate team, marching band, jazz band, Big Panther, Little Panther, and karate. His academic interests center around the sciences with a particular focus on biology and chemistry, which I love as a biology major from Muhlenberg College. When he isn't balancing his many school commitments, he enjoys spending time outdoors and reading. So we look forward to his involvement in our community, and thank you, Wallace.
Thank you, Chad. So I will entertain a motion to approve Mr. Genamode as a member of the 25-2026 Junior Council Person Program with the appointment to the EAC.
I'll second.
I just need a motion first.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
All right, roll call please.
Ms. Altough Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heimbecker?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Gress?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, thank you.
Now we will have public comment on agenda items, so if you'd like to speak on the agenda itself, please come forward.
Good evening, my name is Mary Ann Barber and I represent the Bethlehem landfill. I'd like to make a comment with respect to items 14B and 14C of the agenda. To the extent that the proposed studies and assessments that are being considered tonight relate in any way to the expansion of the Bethlehem landfill, I would like to reiterate my client's demand that Ms. Altough Cordero recuse herself from participating in any discussions of those action items or participating in a vote on those actions due to her conflict of interest. That conflict of interest is the subject of litigation that's currently pending before the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Court. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Any other comments for agenda items?
My name is Andrea Richen. I'm a Lower Saucon Township resident, and Happy New Year to all of you. My congratulations and welcome to Chad and Hunter to the Township Council. I look forward to your service. I thank you for being willing to give that service to us, and I wish you the very best. I have two items on the agenda I would like to mention or comment on. Interestingly, they're the same that Ms. Garber just mentioned. Those are the two proposals for township impact assessment and also from the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission and also from the Lafayette Minor Center for the Study of State and Local Governments. I would urge, I don't know because it does not say so on the agenda, whether you are planning to consider engaging both of these groups to do these assessments, or whether you're going to make a choice between them. I would urge you to engage both groups to do the assessments. This provides us with a diversity of perspectives. It may end up with a variety of results that we might want to entertain, or if they end up with all the same kinds of suggestions as to where we might go, that is in many ways a reassurance that the interpretations that they're giving us are in fact the kinds of interpretations we would expect from a group such as both of these groups. I would also compliment you on having the foresight to go ahead with this kind of assessment. I don't think $30,000 is a whole lot of money to spend on the future of this township and to put it on a solid financial footing. Having been a certified, or excuse me, a CFO myself, I know how much financial planning is important for everyone, including the government. And then finally, just one small comment. In printing out the agenda today, I discovered that it is not possible to print the agenda from the board docs software. You may want to look at that. Every time I tried to print it, it disappeared. So if you could do that. I would also suggest that perhaps if Ms. Garber had read this closely, she would have discovered this really has nothing to do with her. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, last call.
Sorry, not as far as I used to be. In terms of the two that were just mentioned, the two, Dave Boulan, by the way, for anybody that's writing it down. The LVPC has offered its services and planning if and when the Bethlehem landfill closes for whatever reason, which I would suggest is strictly political. But the bottom line is we know how the LVPC does planning in the valley here. All you have to do is drive out and then maybe get run over by tractor trailers or get stuck in traffic jams endlessly. So I wouldn't think that having them pay $10,000, somebody else pay $10,000, $20,000 for their services is worth it. Maybe $5,000 from the township and let them go their way. Their comments could be interesting. And clearly, if this thing goes forward here in a negative way and the courts find that the Bethlehem landfill is adding some birds to the area or smells, I think that would be totally unfortunate. I don't believe it's going to happen. It's a matter of money. In terms of the Lafayette study, I think that's great. I love paper studies. They're just endless. You can say whatever you want, but if you sit down and look at what's going on in this particular study, it really misses some major things. Like after they make all the recommendations and everybody's dancing around and saying, great, we can do without the $2.2 million, which I understand is going to go up. We can do without that, and they recommend that we bring in Wonka's candy foundry or something like that, and we find out it doesn't work. Who's going to hold the bag? The taxpayer. Who's going to pay for all of these suits, these lawsuits? The taxpayers. And it goes on and on and on and on. I don't see any skin in the game aside from some very severe lawsuits that 3 of this council members are handling on their own, and the taxpayer's going to pay for them. So it's taxpayer pays, taxpayer pays, taxpayer pays. And by the way, Lehigh Valley PC, the taxpayer also pays for that. So I don't find this very wonderful. And after the report is issued, are they going to take in concern of those who don't agree with what is being said? Are they going to report that? And are those people that they're talking to, will they be of substantial input? I think not, and I find that also unfortunate. Don't do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else?
Good evening, Anne Marie Slavic, Lower Saucon Township. I have a problem with and concern about the confidentiality policy that you're going to force all of your employees to sign. So it's really a subjective situation. I see red flags on the list. Disclosure information to other employees when necessary and authorized. That means that you all will decide what's right, what's confidential, what's not confidential. You make your own rules as you did tonight, and you just go along with whatever you think is best. So the other issue I have in the example list on that confidentiality policy is no disclosure of unpublished goals, forecasts, and initiatives. No divulging information discussed in staff and other meetings. You all have to remember, and I'm surprised the solicitor doesn't know this, but I'm sure he does, that all the employees would be covered by whistleblower laws if something is going on behind the scenes that they feel is wrongdoing or illegal activities. Also, financial disclosures, information about the financials. All public companies have to follow Dodd-Frank, which is basically if they feel that there's accounting irregularities or somebody's adding the numbers on financials, that employees have an obligation to call that out. So we still have whistleblower laws, and employees should be covered under that. Just want you all to remember that. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else? Okay, seeing none, we're gonna move on to the rest of our business meeting. The next item, we don't have any hearings. Developer items, we did get an application from Easton Fish and Game Association. They are granting the township an extension under the MPC for a deadline of April 30th, 2026. That is, again, something the developer is granting the township. We do not need to have any motions by the council this time. The next item on the agenda would be the annual PSATS conference voting delegate. Council is to authorize the voting delegate for the 2026 PSATS annual conference. This is going to be held April 19th through 22, 2026. I will entertain a motion and a second to approve Priscilla DeLeon as the voting delegate and myself as the alternate for the conference.
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion, council members?
Sorry, I cannot attend.
We'll bring back materials for you.
Yeah, I look
For more
forward to it.
reading stuff.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the PSATS boot camp though,
Yeah.
that's coming up in this month. So,
Thank you, Chad. Can I have a roll call, Stacy?
Mr. Heimbachner?
yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Grass?
Yes.
Ms. Househouse Cordero?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Give me a moment. Next item on the agenda is item B, execution of financial impact analysis and organizational assessment to be performed by the Minor Center for the study of state and local government in Lafayette. Jay, can you just give some information about this?
Sure. The Minor Center for the Study of State and Local Government performs various consulting engagements on municipalities. They also help with the recruitment of staff, and they have put together a proposal to come in and do a financial analysis and as well as an organization assessment of the township to look at where it currently stands and where it could align in the future.
Thank you, Jay. I am in favor of this. I think that it's a very comprehensive study that would not only look at our township finances, but our organization and be able to project different things depending on what may or may not happen with the Bethlehem landfill. Right now, we have the northern realignment that last time I knew was supposed to be projected to be finished in sometime in 2028. Maybe that's changed, but we are looking to the future and making sure that we're planning for the future. And this is a big step forward in that respect for our community. I will entertain a motion for the authorization of the acting township manager to execute the agreement for financial impact analysis and organizational assessment to be performed by the Minor Center for the Study of State and Local Government at Lafayette.
Okay, so moved as stated by the president.
Do I have a second?
A second?
Okay, any council member comments?
I just want to say I'm looking forward to the results of this. Obviously, this is a large portion of the township revenue at this point, and figuring out a solution or how to move forward from that. I feel that the results of the election last year show that there's a message and a mandate from the community and a desire to move away from the landfill in this community and its negative impacts on our environment and quality of life. And I think that this is a good first step for us to figure out how we can overcome that.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Did they give us a timeline on this?
On page 3.
Jay, I think it has a different phases, so there's different steps in the policy. I do encourage everybody to take a look at the proposal. It identifies who's going to be working on it from the Minor Center expertise, but go ahead, Jay.
So the first phase, which is phase 1, which is the financial impact analysis, will be performed between February and June of 2026, and then in the fall, late summer, fall, we'll do the second part, which is the organization assessment.
Okay, thank you.
Any other council members?
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, so I think this is a good idea to have an outside agency do an assessment like this. It's been kicked around that we haven't been thinking about the future, how we would address it, when indeed we certainly were. It was just difficult to have discussions up here, as you can understand. So I'm looking forward to having this agency do this assessment for us. I think it'll be good information for the whole township.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah, I know there's been some talks of different sort of planning proposals like this before, see what the future of the township will look like with the landfill, without the landfill. My understanding this is a bit more of a comprehensive look at everything. It looks at not just the landfill, but the surrounding community and what other things can be done. And everything I looked at looked pretty good.
Thank you. Can I have a roll call, Stacy?
Ms. DeLeon?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Gress?
Yes.
Ms. Uptown Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heimbachner?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, moving on, the next item is execution of Lower Saucon Township Community Assessment Study Agreement to be performed by the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission. Jay, can you give some background on this one?
So, the Planning Commission is going to perform a study that will look at both from economic impact as well as from environmental impact. The timeline, the first phase will be late January through early March, where they do the gathering and reaching out to various entities and conducting stakeholder workshops and those type of things. And then after that, the second phase of the analysis will look at real estate and property tax analysis, infrastructure and stuff like that, and that will run from late March to June. And then the deliverable, the final community assessment, this is basically both the first, take about 8 months and finish up in September of 2026. And the cost of this is, as people articulated during the courtesy before, it will be split between the township and the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission, which is the joint planning commission for Lehigh and Lafayette counties. And included in the proposal is the staff at the planning commission who will handle that. Multiple people with different backgrounds and expertise in community planning.
Thank you, Jay. I guess I'll just say that I'm excited to see this also come forward. From my perspective, we have to take a whole community review and look not just only at financial benefits or consequences of developers, but also look at the value of our open spaces and the value that our community gets from having a wonderful park system, having conserved properties, having open space, and what that brings to us as a community. And I am happy to see that we have the option here with LVPC to move that forward. I'm happy that we have the option to collaborate with them, and they have experts they have on staff that are well equipped to do that. So I will entertain a motion for council to consider the execution of Lower Saucon Township Community Assessment Study Agreement to be performed by the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission, to be signed by council president.
And so moved as stated by the president.
I'll second that.
Any comments from council?
I'll just say that I'm looking forward to the results of this, as I am from the other one. I worked with Lehigh Valley Planning Commission when I was on the Chamber of Commerce Transportation Committee. I know Becky, and I think that they're going to put together a good report for us, that it's going to give us a lot of information and guidance that we can, again, move forward with more information. Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else?
No, I just agree that I think this is good. The two things on the agenda tonight is what we need to move forward. So,
Yeah.
looking forward to the results.
Okay. You want to go?
Yeah, I just think it's beneficial to get a well-rounded look at the issues facing the township with this, and hopefully this study provides this and is enlightening.
Thank you, Mr. Gress. Can I have a roll call?
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Gress?
Yes.
Ms. Upchak Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heinecker?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is execution of a vehicle use agreement for Lower Saucon Fire Rescue. This is something that came forward through the Lower Saucon Fire Services Executive Committee. It is just a use agreement that would allow Lower Saucon Fire Rescue to operate apparatus that were purchased by the township or entitled in the township's name. So every time there is a vehicle that the township has title in its name, we would have a use agreement that would accompany it. So I will entertain a motion and a second for authorization for the township president and secretary to execute the vehicle use agreement between Lower Saucon Fire Rescue and the township.
And I will make that motion since we discussed it, as we mentioned at our meeting.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any council members have discussion?
I'd just like to abstain from this motion just to make sure, since I'm involved with the fire department, to make sure there's no accusations of any sort of mismanagement.
And before we go any further, Mr. Gress brought up the idea of recusing himself from this matter. I advised him that under the law, a recusal would be appropriate where, among other reasons, where someone has a financial interest or otherwise. He does not fall into that category, so it's not one where he has to recuse himself, but he's chosen to recuse himself, and for the reasons he explained. This does not mean in the future that if there is a fire matter that he does want to vote in, it does not preclude him from doing so. So it will go on a case-by-case basis, and he can choose to recuse himself on a regular basis, and he may choose to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want to make it clear so we avoid an issue down the line where somebody says, because he recused himself on this vote, he therefore is forever precluded from recusing or forever precluded from voting on future issues. Thank you.
Okay. With that, I will take a roll call.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Ms. Upchak Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heinecker?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Motion passes 4 and 1 abstention.
Alright, next on the agenda is Resolution 29, 2026, supporting the Pennsylvania Commissions for the United States semi-quincentennial. I can say that correct. This was brought forward, I believe, by Priscilla. Would you like to make some comments about this?
Yes, I'm very excited about this. Working with the Saucon Valley Conservancy and the Lower Saucon Township Historic Committee, we're going to be concentrating on celebrating this 250th anniversary. And there'll be activities there for Heritage Day, so write down the date, May 16th, which is a Saturday from, I think, 10 to 4 the hours are. And there'll be reenactors there, there'll be different things planned. So we have another planning meeting scheduled for the third Monday. 19th. The 9th. Is that what, on Monday night though, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. The 19th at, I don't remember if it's 6 o'clock or 7, I can't remember. We have all these meetings at different times. Anyway, the public's welcome to come because we need volunteers. So if you're interested in showing off Lower Saucon's history, please join us. Because there's a lot of stuff out there. Michael Heller was he was serving the country, or he was in the war, and he ended up bringing provisions down to George Washington in that cold winter and provided food. And he was one of the first to do that. So we just happened to have Michael Heller's homestead, and that's one of the first things he did. So so we want to honor that. And also there's a lot of soldiers buried in the cemeteries around the township, and that served in the Revolutionary War. So we're identifying them, and we're working with, I know Diane's in the back, she's working with the library, trying to do storytelling for the children and having different activities. So that's just.
Scavenger hunt?
And a scavenger hunt.
Maybe.
Yay. So, and you guys, if I left something out, that's all that can come to my head at the moment.
Food trucks?
What? Food trucks. We have to find out what Hellertown Historical is doing so that we don't duplicate the food. So, so it should be very, very educating for your children to come, and it should be a fun time. So I'm very supportive of this. Very happy to.
Well, I will entertain a motion and a second to approve Resolution 29, 2026, supporting America 250 PA, recognizing the 250th birthday of the United States, which will take place in 2026.
Make that motion.
Can I make a comment?
Just after the second, if there's a second.
I'll second.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Regarding this and Heritage Day, there was been some discussion, and I was tasked with, and I'm reaching out to the community right now, of potentially setting up a baseball game at the Easton Road ball field that would be between Lower Saucon Township and Hellertown Borough. Whether it's the police, fire, public works, I think we should have a pickup game between the two communities. Council, perhaps even. So I'm going to reach this out to anyone who's watching at home or in the audience right now. If you'd like to help get involved with pulling something like this together to celebrate our communities and an American tradition of baseball at our 250th anniversary, I think that would be a great idea to help bring us back together. So let me know.
Great idea.
Jay, can you reach out to Hellertown Borough and let them know we discussed this? To get their interest level, and maybe the Lilly organization also, HLS, since they know a lot of baseball people also, and that'll be good.
Yeah.
And they play baseball a little bit different than they do today. So they tell me anyway. I was never picked to be on a baseball team.
Any other comments on this?
Yeah, I think it's great that we're supporting this event and remembering and celebrating and learning from our history. I think that's very important.
Okay, roll call.
Ms. Alchak Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heimbachner?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Gress.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
I guess if anybody's out there and is interested, you can email, and I'm going to put Jay on the spot, email the manager at lowersaucontownship.org, and he can pass over the emails with your interest, so make it easy that way.
Please include batting average, earn average, and anything else that would be applicable.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jay.
We're going to move on to emergency notification policy 2026-01. This will formalize a notification process of critical incidents within Lower Saucon Township. This is something, we have to do to maintain our safety, so I will entertain a motion to adopt policy 2026-1.
I'll make a motion.
Second that.
Any comments on this?
There is a typo,
Typo.
7, treat. Should be correct.
We'll fix that. Thank you.
Okay, with the typo revision on the policy, can I have a roll call?
Mr. Heimbachner.
Yes.
Ms. De Leon.
Yes.
Ms. Ray.
Yes.
Mr. Gress.
Yes.
Ms. Altough Cordero.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, next on the agenda is policy 2026-2, which will formalize the confidentiality policy for all township employees. The policy has been prepared by the township manager and solicitor. Do you guys need to add anything about this? I know there were some public comments about it.
Yes, there was some questions or comments with regard to whether or not this trumps or prevents somebody from utilizing the Whistleblower Act. Nothing in this resolution does that. If someone has a claim under the Whistleblower Act, it is preserved. No local or other document can override that. They have an ultimate right to make a claim under the Whistleblower Act or any other appropriate statutory act. And nothing in this resolution will prevent them from doing that.
Thank you, Jay.
I'm Steve, but yes.
Thank you, Steve. So I will entertain a motion to adopt this policy 2026-2. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
A second?
I'll second.
Okay, any other comments from council? Okay, roll call please.
Ms. De Leon.
Yes.
Ms. Ray.
Yes.
Mr. Gress.
Yes.
Ms. Altough Cordero.
Yes.
Mr. Heimbachner.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Next is just approval of our December 3rd, 2025 council minutes. Those have been prepared, and I understand for Mr. Heimbachner and Mr. Gress, although you were not on council at the time, if you review the minutes, you can still vote on them, as I understand. Okay, so I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from December 3rd.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Ms. Ray.
Yes.
Mr. Gress.
Yes.
Ms. Altough Cordero.
Yes.
Mr. Heimbachner.
Yes.
Ms. De Leon.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Next is approval of the November 2025 financial reports. Council members have had those. They're also part of our agenda packet. Is there a motion to approve the November 2025 financial reports?
I'll move to approve them.
Second, any second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any comments, concerns?
No comment.
Okay, roll call please.
Mr. Gress.
Yes.
Ms. Altough Cordero.
Yes.
Mr. Heimbachner.
Yes.
Ms. De Leon.
Yes.
Ms. Ray.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, so now we are done with the agenda items, so we are moving into public comment for agenda or non-agenda items. So if you have a comment, please come forward to the podium and we will entertain those comments.
of Saucon Township. I have a question, and I'm not quite sure how to respond to this. There is a resident that lives in Still City at 4261 Roberts Avenue. The gentleman bought the property in '21, and I do not believe he had any permits to build the house or the septic. At that time, Jim Young was here, and I had spoken to him about some things, and he said that there was issues. It's a very small property. He was told not to buy it because he could not build on it. I think it's 0.2 something less. So that was kind of an issue because he also runs his business out of there, and he parks on the streets all different ways with all his equipment on the street. So that was kind of an issue, not knowing if he had a permit. And it's 2026, I'm not quite sure how long you have to, if you have a guideline on when to build the house, if it has to be done in a certain amount of time. That was another issue. It also involves a couple of different residents due to water runoff and, of course, his equipment. There was also another thing that I wanted to say, that last year's council, they were complaining that we raised our fire taxes 1%. If you understand, we didn't raise any taxes last year. Hellertown raised 7% for taxes. And Allentown is 4%. Any other right now isn't anything. So I do not understand why they're accepting, stating that we have a problem with not raising any of our taxes, which I'm grateful for, but maybe we can do it little by little. And to come to that, or not come to that, 7% is a lot for Hellertown. Well, just anybody is a lot. Another question is, once the landfill is, quote, done, being able to accept garbage, is there a time limit when they still have to take care of it? I moved in 2020, my parents moved in 2074, and they were told the dump was closed. So here we are in 2026 and it's still open. So that was one of the concerns, is how long is it available to, which apparently now it's in 28, but they're going to be able to still take care of it. So that will probably last another couple of years. So that was just one of my concerns, some of them. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else? Going once, twice? Okay, we are going to move on to councilperson reports. Does anybody have a councilperson report they want to give? I guess I'll go by Ms. DeLeon. You want to go first?
Yes, can't read my writing. I was just talking to Stacy before about a list of, just a short list of all the people we appointed in her boards and everything. So we have like a cheat sheet. So we would, what we appointed. The other thing is, I'm really looking forward to scheduling a get-together with our various boards. We kind of did that up until COVID and stopped doing it because of COVID, and then it fell between the cracks, and it was
For the volunteers.
yeah, the volunteers and the board people and stuff. So I don't want to wait till summer because that's too long. I think that would be fine, a night at the end of the month somewhere, and have it, in the evening, and we can do it here, and anyway, I'd like it done sooner than the summer, so I'm just throwing that out there. So, because I think they deserve recognition.
Mr. Grass, your first council report.
Yeah, not much to say. Happy to be here. Hopefully happy to do some good for the township. And thank you to everyone who participated in our democracy by voting this election. Thank you to everyone who came out or is watching on YouTube for participating in democracy by attending a council meeting and just being involved and being in the know what's happening in your local government. That's all.
I had to go back and check my calendar to see what happened since last council meeting, but there was pretty much. So we did meet with the fire executive committee. That was on December 4th. So, like I said, one of the items that we handled tonight was with the agreement for the trucks that the township owns. That was something we approved at that meeting. We also discussed a new disbursement schedule for the funds that we collect with the fire tax, so that we can provide some funding at the beginning of the year so that they can cover their large bills that come in at the beginning of the year, whereas before the funding came in after the fact and they had to pull it out of their savings always. We also had a good long discussion and overview of what all went on at the fire at the moon over Saucon Valley, the meadows. An awful lot of work at that event. There was a total of 36 Lower Saucon Fire Rescue members that at one point or another were there fighting that fire, along with, I don't know how many other, like 100 other firefighters from other local areas. There were some issues with fire hydrants and the water flow and some hydrants that don't work. So we discussed them at pretty good length, and I know there was some follow-up done with the Lower Saucon Authority and I think with Bethlehem as well to discuss those issues. So I think we're picking that topic up again at our next meeting, which is Thursday. Also on December 5th, I attended a lunch at the Saucon Valley Community Center in Hellertown with Victoria, and also State Representative Bob Freeman was there. He was there to discuss different financial programs that are available to senior citizens. And I just commented when I was there that really never hear about what all the things that they do at the community center, and it really does offer a lot of services. So they have child care programs in the summer. They have a program for the children in the parks, and then they also have the lunch Monday through Friday that any seniors can go to the center and eat. And then here at Sidersville Hall, right next door, we do some programs for them. They have a billiards program, an exercise program, cards, playing cards. They do bingo. So there's all sorts of things that the organization offers. So I would invite you to look them up on the web. We do have a link from the township website to their site. On December 9th, we had our EAC meeting, and one of the things that we went through, we had a list of our accomplishments, so I wanted to read through some of the things, try to capsulize it a little bit, but through 2025, came up with a new welcome packet for new members, and that's available on the website, so that people can understand the things that we work on and do, and that includes the open space program and our natural resources inventory. We reviewed the master site plan for the Heller Barn and Homestead Park. Some of our members attended Penn State University Rain Garden webinar. We wrote a letter of support to the Watershed Coalition of Lehigh Valley and Saucon Creek Watershed for Lehigh Valley Greenways mini grant. We are getting more involved, thanks to Chad, with the Lehigh Valley EAC, which they are starting to hold more regular meetings, so some of us have attended those. In spring, we did Adopt a Road, May 31st, and in fall, we did it on November 9th. So that's our road cleanup. We provided information regarding rain barrels available to residents through the Penn State University Extension. We established a stormwater management subcommittee. We had Paige Strasko, who is a watershed specialist, do a presentation on MS4 regs. We had a presentation by Rebecca Hayden on rain gardens. We had an electronic recycling event in September. And some more things. We were busy. And let's see. We're just about done with our bylaws. I think we're approving them at our next meeting and bring them over here to council to hopefully get a thumbs up on. Let's see, EAC Network Forum on Plastic Reduction. We attended that over in Bethlehem, I think. It was done by Veronica Ostenak. She's the Allentown Sustainability Coordinator. So we're getting more involved with Lehigh Valley in general, so we can kind of coordinate things that we all do, where we have common interests. And we're working on a survey about single-use plastics that we want to put out to the public. And that's about it for the EAC accomplishments. But I just wanted to bring that forward, just to let you know that some of the things that we look at and talk about at our meetings. And then also, this came up earlier, so on December 15th, we had our meeting with the Historical Committee for our 250 anniversary planning. We came up with a name for our group. I don't know.
The name of the event.
For the event is honoring Saucon Valley's revolutionary roots. And a lot of the ideas were talked about here that we'd like to work on, such as creating bios for some of the Revolutionary War soldiers and their families from our area. And one of the things that we also talked about doing was having a food drive, since the thing was Michael Heller took provisions down to General Washington during the winter, so we wanted to have a wagon there to collect food for our local food bank, so we want to tie that into the event. So those are some of the things that I've done this month besides on vacation. Okay. All right, that's it for me.
Thank you, Mr. Becker.
I just want to say thank you again, my contrary to echo. Everyone in the audience, I'm looking out, people who supported, encouraged me through this process. I joined the EAC for the township a few years ago. My background's in biology and computer science, and I moved to this area in 2013 because of the open space. Living in amongst the trees is soothing. It brings me back into nature, and preserving and protecting the open space of our township is really important to me. And I am honored and humbled by the community support that puts us here, Hunter and myself, and I look forward to working with the council and the rest of the township and administration in representing our community and our residents to the best of my ability. We may not agree on everything politically. We may have differences of opinions about things on a national level, but here at home, we are neighbors. And that's what's important to remember, is bringing the community back together again. And I hope that we can move forward from the past, and the toxicity, and the negativity, and the character attacks, and the name calling, and have progress, and get some stuff done. And I'm looking forward to it. Let's do it.
I don't want to belabor anything more. I do want to say Water Authority met. And as you all may have seen, on 4/12, there was some construction happening which caused some minor traffic delays. It was just that they had to close part of the road, for one-way traffic back and forth, so that they could do the work on the pumping station. But I believe that is going on as scheduled. So I want to thank the Water Authority for all of their hard work with that. I look forward to Jay's report. I hope that he will talk about what's happening in February with the Chamber of Commerce and the joint meeting that's going to happen with Hellertown Borough Council and Lower Saucon, not their council, their manager and Lower Saucon's manager, acting manager. So I think that's also another wonderful thing. I do also want to highlight, we have our landfill committee meeting coming up, and we have the pleasure of hosting the Department of Environmental Protection. So I do encourage everybody to come out to the landfill committee meeting. That will be January 15th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Your questions for the DEP are welcome, and we're hopeful that questions can be answered and we can all work together to try and uncover or understand what's going on. If you have concerns in that respect, I do want to thank our Public Works Department and our Police Department for all of the different weather events that we've had this past month. They've done an excellent job, I thought, in making sure roads were clear, people could get to work and get to their activities. So I just want to thank them because I know there have been wind and downed trees and a lot of events that they came out to help out with, as well as our fire department. So I continue to want to thank them. I want to thank our staff. I'm hopeful as we move into this year and we move forward that we can continue to work to progress in getting some very important new things that the community asked for done. And I look forward to working with Chad and Hunter, and I thank the community for your support. That's all that I have. I will move to staff reports. Jay?
Thank you. As President noted, myself and Tyler will be participating in a chamber event with the Halifax Borough Manager and their zoning person. The chamber's going to work out, so more details on that event will be held in February. Other than that, we have nothing else to report. Thank you.
Solicitor?
No, thank you.
Okay, engineer? I don't know, I'm looking at Tyler, sorry. Okay, so I do think that there's an executive session,
Yes,
so.
I can speak to that.
Go ahead.
So what we're going to do is, before we adjourn for the meeting, we're going to break and go into an executive session. At the executive session, there's going to be issues addressed, including potential litigation issues. After the executive session, we'll come back out and we will report back as to what happened. We'll take any action that may or may not be appropriate either tonight or some other time, and then we'll move forward to adjourning the meeting.
Sounds like a plan.
So for the members of the public, you're more than welcome to stay. There may be a period of time where we're going to be in the back room discussing. It may be short, it may be long. No one's telling you have to stay, no one's telling you have to leave. Just letting you know what's happening. Thank
And look, it's 8 o'clock.
I know. They're big. Oh, thank you. Now, so, two things. One was I had my knee replaced. I'm doing great right It was supported. Well, it's like so let's start with the oh, my husband said, I was just sort of 5 No, I don't want to hear that. Okay, good. There's no
right? I know that, not even that stop sign you're not supposed to have. Hands-free only, go to the recorded. Which I sort of think
Because I think we have issues.
Oh, I think so too. Oh, I never skipped.
No, but if you have hands-free, I still think hands-free. Do you know what I mean? You're still like, oh, I gotta go to the call, but it's not, it's
Everyone knows what you're talking about. You give me the facts. I enjoy on my. Thank you. Well done.
I do, but
We all said, your mama said,
I will. She was gonna come up on that.
yeah. And he just started. There's not a lot of just started getting around. So I'm glad that's the right way. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've made that shingles, so, well done, thank you. Look forward to seeing you.
They're the same anyway, this was, yeah, it's just a different presentation. Yeah.
So fun.
There is the vaccine.
There may be a moped or the
It doesn't cost anything.
No, but I will.
It was a giant.
Good, it's great.
Yeah.
But
It's 2 doses.
yeah.
I mean, jumped up fast.
Yeah.
I know, I put my phone on silent. Still ringing through.
So I always feel like his message was to
I'm
send
gonna
the
reset the thing, I'm gonna turn it off then, turn it back on, because it shouldn't do that. Sam's done. Yeah, it would take the volume hit, but what I have too, my home phone's not working, because our girls love Verizon. They keep on scheduling, yes, the kids get it, but I have it ringing, someone's on my home phone, I have it ringing here, and maybe that's what's happening, because whenever I would put the volume down, it wouldn't, that's the only thing I can think of that's happening, I call my home phone, and because it's my home phone, it's like this, I'm turning it off. I have no idea. Anyway, it's supposed to come on Thursday, again.
Well, I hope they do.
It's just so
You stay to the very end, ma'am? Only if they're done before Rachel Maddow starts. 9 o'clock.
So you have about a half hour yet.
Oh, no, almost a whole hour.
Yeah.
I only live 4 minutes from here. So, you can watch her again at midnight. But I'd rather, I didn't want this to be getting back.
And listen, when I get to it, I'll just say, her calls me,
Rachel,
you're mindful until then.
I know. MSNBC, you watch that? It's MS Now. She's, she has a PhD in economics from the London School of Economics. And she has had and has been for many years a political observer, correspondent, pundit, whatever kind of word you have. She has her own 1-hour show. It used to be every night, which made it very hard for me to get any work done. But a couple of years ago, she wanted to go work on other projects, so she's only on Monday nights for 1 hour from 9 to 10. And she's done some amazing other work. She does podcasts.
Exactly, right?
Historical period between like the First World War and the Second World War, when Nazism in this country began to take hold, which is a fascinating history to know about our own country. country.
Right.
And how many of the people in the Congress during the Second World War were actually traitors, who were actually supportive of what Hitler was doing. And she's had several podcasts. Her newest one is called, and I haven't listened to the whole thing, it's called Burn Notice. And it's six episode study of the internment of the Japanese in the concentration camps in this country during the Second World War. And how that came about and what happened to them. And
That's really good.
when it was over, then also about the reparations they finally received after like 40, 50 years. They did eventually. And I think it was not more than like 10 to 15 years ago that they actually did that. Yeah.
A little slow to start.
Yeah, they got an official apology from whoever was president at the time on behalf of the country. And then they will give us some sort of reparations. Nowhere close to what they lost. But again, especially with what's going on now, that the mindset, the politics that allowed them to intern all of those Japanese Americans, who most of whom were American citizens. So that's the kind of, she's starting to do like that in-depth stuff.
Good guy.
Got earfuls.
Anyway, she's extremely well-spoken, and she's loves history, and I love history, and then like tonight, I'm sure that it will be pretty much a rundown of, I mean, she won't just tell you what happened in Venezuela this weekend. She'll tell you what the implications of that are, what the in-depth effects of that might be. Pardon me? They're happy that he's gone. From what I have read, they are extremely concerned about what the future holds. Because even though he's gone, his administration is not.
Right.
They are still in charge.
Right.
And he was significantly supported by the military. And the military is still in charge.
Yes.
And so they're not sure that.
That's just right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like when they finally got Saddam Hussein. Just because he was gone didn't mean that regime, they had to do a whole like purge to get those regime people out. Yeah. But yes, I think the Venezuelan people that are forced to live under that are relieved. And the people who left the country because of it are, I have a couple of interviews with those people in that category who said they're hoping that they can go home again. Because there was just no way that was going to happen with him in charge. But it is a sovereign nation of its own.
Yeah.
I've read a bunch of things that say, so if it's okay to like invade a country and steal their president, could we get Canada to do that?
Oh, yeah. Now I got it.
I mean, and I heard Rubio's been threatening Cuba. He comes from Cuba. His wife has Cuban refugees. He's been threatening Colombia. Yeah. It is. Yeah. How many decades have we been going to war for oil? Right? And you know what we do best? Let's just stop using oil. Then we don't have to go to battle for it, right?
them out.
When they get all done and they have this grant.
So, I don't know, I'm really worried.
Someone told me that knows more about the oil industry than I do. That what they're really after is that refined oil is refined rare earth minerals. And that's what they want for the computer chips and all of that.
Well,
Right.
I mean, that's not around there.
Yeah.
Make that go hard. I don't know. Not that she's over there training.
Definitely.
I don't know.
My older daughter has two grandchildren. My younger daughter, who's 36, is like, I don't know. You know, my older daughter's 9 years older, and she and her husband went around and around and around about whether they were even gonna do it. And now we're, 9 years later, because that's how old my other granddaughter is, and she's just like, I don't know that I want to bring a child into this world.
I mean, we're looking at trying to figure out how we can incorporate into our life. The last one there. Sustainable living. So that's what he's trying to look at.
Do you have a space, do you have land?
3 acres.
3 acres. Do you have a building?
No, we have electric on the top.
Okay.
But
you don't have a building?
No.
A tiny house, I don't know if anybody else.
I have been looking at those.
I mean, it's so easy.
But here's the thing, though, I don't want the loft thing.
No, because I can't either, because I can't do the steps. But I've been looking at first only ground floor ones. My problem is I have to have a place for 7 harps. This is not a very tiny house. Up on the ceiling. Yeah, I've always had a ranch because of that, because of having to move harps around. When I look at, when you look at the price of,
Yeah, I mean, I have
my house is not gigantic, but it's just, it's a 3-bedroom ranch with a family room, which is my studio. And I keep thinking,
Google, sure, right?
really shake down sometimes, the property's 3/4
What did you say?
It's a lot to take care of. But
just say-
when I go, if I sold it and wanted to rent, the rent is twice as much as my mortgage payment. And if I sold
even in my old job,
my mortgage
a little
now
bit,
is 2 3/4%.
I'm gonna
It's
say-
running at 6.1. Why would I do that? I would get half the size of the house.
My mom was actually looking at Oregon and making experiments with the sailors.
Yeah.
Going up and down to movement of letters. She looked at gender and sit down, so she was
Right.
Right,
but,
right.
but she was in Oregon.
Yeah.
So she's like, why would I get work?
Yeah.
I said, why would I just make this work?
Yeah.
Right. Because I don't think Steelers are that much, right?
No, but she did for one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know how to do that, but I know how to do it, but I don't know how to do it the way you're saying. So maybe there's an easier way than I do. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I always go back on easy ways, you know?
Then she hired the lady she worked on, and they're still she got me to put a ramp in the
The problem is though, here's what the problem is.
I just want to have a son.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm.
That information is getting pulled from different. How do you give that information? Like, I want to have access to someone's pictures. I don't want access to my financial stuff. Yeah. I don't need any access to that, but, so I know what you're saying. I mean, I'm doing a long document. I could use a Word document.
Not only that, but
And
my
make
next
it
door
online,
neighbor sold
but I
the
can't
house
do that.
last year, so.
I know, what I'm saying is, when she gives me documents, they're PDFs. They are already PDFs of reports that are put together. So,
People move out, but.
yeah, so that's why I do it the way, like this. Yeah.
Same size, square footage wise, they're not identical, because they're.
Yeah, oh, no, I know that, I mean, I use a PDF converter,
They're
yeah.
all individual, but it's the
Yeah,
same
but
square
I don't
footage.
do like I know what you're saying, if I was doing a long.
That's what should make you want to.
Wait, so here's the thing, the trouble
Yeah, and that's the problem.
And then they're.
The problem is in selling, they sold it in 24 hours.
I don't know, because I don't use
And
her.
No, it was a big one.
And it was $100,000
You mean for the financials?
market for it. In order
different.
to get it, these people came up with 24 hours. And I'm like, but where are you gonna go?
Initial reorganization.
Yeah. I mean,
If you're lucky to find work.
you're lucky for, like a 2-bedroom downtown Allentown, like the
Yeah,
one
that's
on
very understandable.
Allentown.
Yeah.
In those luxury apartments is $2,000 a month.
Well, the ones that just go in by the are the ones, there's that park where they're building the gazebo.
Yeah.
Those new apartments. Those new ones. Yes, they're like $6,000, and that's just no business.
Why would I, and I'm not, I know, but why would I do this for this?
I mean, you have
Right, right.
Yeah,
I don't, but I can't do it for this. I know what you're saying, so here's what, I know what you're saying.
it was nothing like and they could all every time they get all their so they just said, you know what, we're gonna sell you the house.
I could do that, it's Word document, but I can't
So
do
they
that.
actually able to find a home for
She gives me videos from the
two kids.
different accounts, you know what I mean? So, the only way that I could do that is I have to do links on PDFs to link it back to the top. It took me like 15 minutes to do it, it's not that consuming, but, you know.
And they're made for serious.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, we'll forget them, you know.
So I live on Dartford, which is off of Colesville. And if you go out to Saucon Valley Road and go out along where the country club is, all right? So, I mean, that's not my neighborhood, but it's the general area. As you get out to 378, to the right, there's now a road that goes in, and there are a zillion white houses. They're all white. They're the boringest things you've ever seen. Those houses started at $700,000.
Yeah, please come to me.
It's crazy.
All these so I had to
You could see into the bedroom in the house next door.
Yeah, it wasn't, yeah. I know, but I can't, I don't go with
How are you?
all that.
Very good. Happy New Year.
I don't think I'm gonna die.
Yeah, oh yeah, we shoveled it.
I guess that's worth it.
Twice we shoveled it, salted with 150 pounds of salt. Yep, every episode, at least 50.
I know what you're saying.
It's not. But we have what's called a private drive.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, God.
And there's 3 families that live on it, no shovels.
This was.
Me and the new person.
The new person.
I thought I saw you with Tom.
Can't you like share the cost of a flower, somebody to plow?
We could, but no one really wants to look. Because you can go up,
Yeah,
so we're gonna go,
yeah.
so it's a pain. Here we get it.
Yeah, I gotta find somebody before the end of the month, because once,
But anyway, I'll show you.
I'm not gonna be out shoveling for a while.
Well,
So I gotta find somebody.
my mom said that's all I'm her.
Okay,
But she's in Easton, but they won't.
okay. I'd be happy to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I need somebody like the week before my application, because I don't wanna have to worry about it at all.
Yeah, so she just gets done.
Well, yeah, you gotta
Oh,
pay.
good, yeah, because that was the other thing, I didn't want to pay for a contract for the whole winter.
So here
when
is-
I wasn't gonna need it till the end of January.
We're not, so
She
here,
pays like
Right.
per episode, and then they charge her extra for whatever.
make you change it.
Ah, okay,
So she wants to shove,
okay.
and then it's, but I told her, don't just give me all this stuff.
That's because this is like, you know, it's a blue box, it was working on the
So my younger daughter lives in Elkins Park, which is a suburb north of Philadelphia. And I was there for Christmas and a couple days after, and so we had that horrible snow on the day after Christmas. And I had to get home on Saturday because I had to play at church on Sunday morning, which meant I had to get home in enough time to see if I could get my car out of the house. Now, I can get it out of the house and into my car without going out of the house. So I like to back my car into the garage, but I can't get it out of the car and into the house because there are 2 steps I have to go up. And I can't pull it up the steps. And when I do it and I go outside, I have a plywood board, and I put that down and I just like pull it up, like get the outside. But I'm like, but I gotta get home before it gets dark and cold to see what I have to do on my driveway.
I would like to see
On Saturday, before I go out Sunday morning. So I'm like, oh, that's okay, I'll stop at Lowe's on the way home, coming up 309, pick up some salt, get that. Big signs outside the Lowe's, no salt, no ice melt. Wow. So then I'm like, there's a Giant in the same shopping center, well, I'll go to the Giant, and I'm like, that's stupid. If people couldn't get it at Lowe's, where did they go next?
Yeah, yeah. And there wasn't that there?
Wow. No, I ended up getting it at Wegmans up here on the following Monday. So I just left the harp at the church until Tuesday. And then it got really warm that Monday, and I'm like, it'll melt. So I believe a lot in the sun. Yeah. That first Sunday, 2 weeks before Christmas, that we had the snow that was so bad they canceled most of the church services. That was the week I was supposed to play. But luckily, they called me that morning and they said, everything's canceled, so don't worry about it. But that's so that I'm like, okay, I don't know, shovel. I'm still here. Shovel, do something. And I'm like, no, it's gonna be 50 degrees on Tuesday. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what the sun is for.
Yes. And I don't mind tomorrow or
It's all I do. Yeah, no.
So we had an executive session. It's now 8:29. We have come out of executive session. At the executive session, we addressed and spoke with regard to a series of items related to litigation as well as real estate. At the executive session, no official action was taken at that point. However, now we're back in open session, and council may, at its discretion, entertain motions with regard to how to proceed with regard to some or all of the items discussed in executive session.
Thank you, Steve. I will entertain a motion to authorize the solicitor to move forward with condemnation of the property identified as 2226 Nursery Lane. Is there a motion for that?
So moved.
I'll second.
And roll call, please.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Gress?
Yes.
Ms. Altough Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heimbechner?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
And I will also entertain a motion to authorize the solicitor to move forward with condemnation of the property identified as 2170 Johnson Avenue. Is there a motion for that?
So moved as stated by the president.
I'll second that.
Was that Mr. Gress?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Altough Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Heimbechner?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Gress?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. I think at this point, we're ready for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All right, all those in favor? Aye, aye. All right, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you to everybody that stuck around.
And it's
And the time is now 8:30.
8:30, exactly.
Wow, great job, guys.
Wow, let's get serious.
Yeah, you took the pouncing.
Yeah, you go down. Copperhead, anybody, Copperhead.
She was very.
Yes.
Hey, you guys, Stacy,
Yes.
you got all that paperwork.
Yes. Hunter still has to send some stuff. but-
Yeah.
We can talk this week. That's fine.
Oh, so what did you do?
Did you have your laptop? Fine, you're better off.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you where it's at.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah.
I didn't see, but the second one was 2170 Johnson.
And she, so she did that.
Johnson, Johnson. Ladies, yes, did you enjoy your meeting? Yes. Yes. We are going to have Copperhead.
Oh, thank you, but I'm not.
I got it.
Yeah.